Lights dim low, casting an air of suspense as we gather around a virtual fireplace. Tonight's embers aren't crackling with warmth, but with the thrill of a heist that defied logic. We're talking about Antwerp, Belgium, a city where diamonds aren't just stones. They're a currency, a symbol of power and privilege. And at the heart of this glittering world lies a vault, a fortress seemingly impregnable, or so they thought. For lurking in the shadows was a mastermind, a man with a hunger for diamonds and the cunning to snatch them from the very jaws of security. His name? Leonardo Notarbartolo. Tonight, we delve into his story, a tale woven with meticulous planning, daring execution, and a touch of the Robin Hood mystique. Was he a genius thief or a ruthless criminal? We'll crack open the vault of truth, layer by layer, to reveal the man behind the Antwerp Diamond Heist, a crime that continues to baffle and enthrall even today. So settle in closer, because this isn't your average jewel heist. This is the story of a mastermind who dared to steal the impossible. Hailing from Palermo, Sicily in 1952, Leonardo Notarbartolo's life seemed destined for a collision course with the law from an early age. Palermo, a city with a complex history intertwined with criminal activity, offered a backdrop for Notarbartolo's nascent criminal tendencies. Unlike the grand heist that would later solidify his infamy, Notarbartolo's initial forays into crime were far less sophisticated. School wasn't a place of learning for the young Notarbartolo, but rather a training ground for petty thefts. These small-scale pilfering of his teacher's belongings hinted at a disregard for authority and a potential for future escalation into more serious criminal activity. While the motivations behind these thefts remain unknown, they foreshadowed the calculated criminal mastermind Notarbartolo would later become. Notarbartolo's criminal education continued in his 20s. Petty thefts in school were replaced by the roar of stolen engines. Grand Theft Auto became his new playground, a step up in both risk and reward. But even stolen cars had limitations. They attracted attention, were difficult to fence, and left a trail back to the perpetrator. Diamonds, on the other hand, offered a far more discreet and lucrative alternative. Small concentrated value packed a powerful financial punch. They were easily concealed, transported across borders, and readily converted to cash by the right buyer. This realization marked a turning point for Notarbartolo, setting him on a path toward the high-stakes world of gem theft. Notarbartolo wouldn't operate as a solitary thief for long. His criminal education took a sharp turn in his 20s as he became enmeshed with a far more sophisticated group, the legendary School of Turin, or La Scuola di Torino. This wasn't your typical street gang. The School of Turin functioned with the precision of a well-oiled machine. Each member possessed a unique and valuable skill set, transforming petty crime into an art form honed to an extraordinary degree. Imagine a team comprised of lock-picking virtuosos who could navigate the most intricate mechanisms with an almost balletic grace, silent alarm disarmers who possessed an uncanny knack for neutralizing security systems without a whisper, and master safecrackers whose fingers danced across combination dials with practiced ease. All these specialists worked in perfect harmony under Notarbartolo's leadership, their combined talents forming a formidable criminal unit. This elite group would propel Notarbartolo's criminal career from the impulsive thefts of his youth and into the realm of meticulously planned heists that would go on to garner international notoriety. With the School of Turin at his side, Notarbartolo was no longer a small-time thief. He was poised to become a mastermind. Notarbartolo's criminal trajectory took a cunning turn in 2000. Gone were the days of impulsive thefts and opportunistic carjackings. This time, he craved a far grander prize, the Antwerp Diamond Center in Belgium, a vault overflowing with riches. To crack this seemingly impenetrable fortress, Notarbartolo orchestrated a meticulous plan, one that began with remarkable audacity. He infiltrated the heart of the Diamond Center itself, renting an office under the guise of a reputable Italian diamond merchant. This wasn't just a clever cover story. It was a strategic foothold, a front-row seat to the inner workings of the high-security complex. While unsuspecting tenants went about their business, Notarbartolo, the wolf in sheep's clothing, became a keen observer. Every detail, every security protocol, every facet of the center's daily routine was meticulously filed away in his mind. This self-imposed apprenticeship wasn't about acquiring knowledge of diamond cuts or international trade routes. Notarbartolo craved a different kind of education. The intricate language of security systems, the rhythm of guard patrols, the blind spots in seemingly impenetrable protocols. This period of calculated observation would prove invaluable in the coming months, as Notarbartolo transformed from a skilled thief into a mastermind, architecting one of the most audacious diamond heists in history. The Antwerp heist wasn't a smash-and-grab job conceived on a whim. Notarbartolo, ever the strategist, orchestrated an elaborate dance with fate that stretched over 2 meticulous years. This wasn't just about acquiring a team of skilled thieves. It was about building a well-oiled criminal unit with complementary talents. Each member brought their expertise to the table, from lock-picking virtuosos to silent alarm disarmers, but their greatest weapon was time. For over 2 years, Notarbartolo and his crew became students of the Antwerp Diamond Center. Every detail of the vault's defenses was devoured, analyzed, and meticulously mapped. Their classroom wasn't filled with textbooks, but with the intricate blueprints gleaned from Notarbartolo's covert observations while posing as a diamond merchant. To further hone their skills and anticipate any unforeseen challenges, they constructed a replica vault, a training ground to perfect their techniques and ensure flawless execution. This extended period of planning wasn't just about accumulating knowledge, it was about transforming individual talents into a cohesive unit, a symphony of criminal expertise orchestrated by Notarbartolo's cunning mind. The Antwerp heist wouldn't be a simple break-in, it would be a carefully choreographed performance, years in the making. The Antwerp Diamond Heist, meticulously planned for over 2 years, unfolded over a weekend in February 2003. On Friday, February 14th, around 7 p.m., the operation kicked into high gear. Notarbartolo reportedly remained inside the vault after it closed for the evening, ensuring smooth entry for his accomplices. Several hours later, 3 other members of the School of Turin entered the vault via the elevator, exploiting their prior deactivation of security measures, like motion detectors. The vault itself boasted a dual lock system, a combination lock, and a keyhole. While the thieves had obtained copies of the key, how they cracked the combination lock remains a mystery to this day. An even greater challenge awaited them, a hidden alarm triggered by magnets separating upon the vault door opening. In a display of remarkable ingenuity, the thieves bypassed this failsafe by snipping the magnets and cleverly taping them together, allowing them to open the vault without tripping the alarm. With the vault breached, the crew had unfettered access to the riches within. Over the course of the weekend, they meticulously cracked 123 out of 160 safety deposit boxes using a specially designed tool. They weren't just after the glittering diamonds themselves, but also the crucial paperwork that would allow them to fence the stolen gems on the legitimate market. Interestingly, the thieves left behind less valuable items and cash, suggesting they were primarily interested in high-value, easily transportable loot with a clear path to resale. This detail, along with the Mastermind's decision to stay inside the vault overnight, hints at the meticulous planning and calculated risk that went into this audacious heist. Notarbartolo's elaborate heist, meticulously planned for years, crumbled due to a careless mistake. Investigators traced the crime back to him, and in 2005, he was convicted and sentenced to 10 years in prison. The Antwerp heist, however, cemented his reputation as a criminal mastermind. While his reign ended, the heist itself became etched in criminal folklore, a testament to both his cunning and the perils of even the most meticulous criminal plan. Notarbartolo's capture cast a long shadow over the true scope of the Antwerp heist. Authorities estimated the stolen valuables at over $100 million, a staggering sum that sent shockwaves through the international diamond trade. However, Notarbartolo himself offered a surprising counterpoint. In a later interview, he downplayed the heist's haul, insisting the loot amounted to only $20 million and that the entire operation was an elaborate insurance scam. This unsubstantiated claim sent a jolt through law enforcement and ignited a firestorm of speculation. Was Notarbartolo simply trying to downplay his crime, or was there a kernel of truth to his words? This bombshell allegation hinted at a possible wider conspiracy. Could other Antwerp diamond dealers have been involved, strategically inflating their reported losses to collect hefty insurance payouts? The Antwerp Diamond Center itself had a reputation for tight security, making such a large-scale theft even more baffling. Notarbartolo's insurance fraud claim, therefore, offered a tempting alternative explanation. Law enforcement agencies were left scrambling, with the Antwerp heist morphing from a straightforward robbery into a potential labyrinthine web of deceit. The truth behind Notarbartolo's assertion remains shrouded in mystery. Without concrete evidence, it's impossible to say definitively whether the heist was a single audacious crime or just one act in a larger, more complex scheme. This lingering uncertainty adds another layer of intrigue to this infamous heist, ensuring its place in the annals of criminal history. Notarbartolo's criminal repertoire wasn't limited to meticulously crafted plans and flawless execution. He was a master manipulator, adept at reading people and exploiting their vulnerabilities. This keen understanding of human psychology allowed him to weave a web of charm and social engineering tactics, gaining trust and access that would prove invaluable in his criminal undertakings. Imagine a thief who could not only break into a vault, but also weasel his way into the confidence of its owner. Notarbartolo possessed this uncanny ability to disarm his marks with charisma, creating a false sense of security that allowed him to operate undetected for extended periods. This talent for social engineering likely played a key role in his infiltration of the Antwerp Diamond Center. By posing as a reputable diamond merchant, he gained access to the very heart of the operation, meticulously studying its security measures while simultaneously lulling those around him into a sense of complacency. His ability to manipulate people wasn't just a character flaw, it was a weapon, as potent in its own way as any lockpick or jimmying tool. This dark side of Notarbartolo, the charming thief, the master manipulator, adds another layer of complexity to his persona, blurring the lines between criminal mastermind and cunning social engineer. Notarbartolo's criminal world wasn't entirely separate from his fascination with the beauty and value of diamonds. He reportedly ran legitimate jewelry stores, a curious duality that offered a glimpse into his complex personality. These stores likely served a dual purpose: a front for his criminal activities and a genuine outlet for his appreciation of jewelry design. This duality extended to his network of contacts. Notarbartolo cultivated relationships not only in the criminal underworld, but also within the legitimate diamond trade. These connections provided him with a crucial advantage: a ready market to fence the stolen gems he acquired through his meticulously planned heists. Imagine a thief who could not only steal diamonds, but also discreetly sell them through seemingly respectable channels. Notarbartolo's ability to navigate both sides of the law underscores his cunning and resourcefulness as a criminal mastermind. Notarbartolo's criminal exploits extended far beyond the Antwerp heist. He was reportedly a key figure in School of Turin, a well-oiled criminal unit that targeted high-security locations across Europe. These weren't smash-and-grab operations. They were meticulously planned heists that relied on each member's specialized skills. Notarbartolo's cunning leadership, coupled with the expertise of his accomplices, allowed them to pull off daring thefts from heavily guarded locations. These heists cemented Notarbartolo's reputation as a mastermind, a criminal who could outsmart even the most sophisticated security measures. the Antwerp Diamond Heist wasn't just a criminal act. It was a meticulously crafted heist that catapulted Notarbartolo from a cunning thief to an internationally recognized figure. The audacity of the plan, the staggering value of the stolen goods, and the mastermind behind it all captivated the global imagination. News of the heist spread like wildfire, splashed across headlines and leaving the public both stunned and oddly enthralled. This wasn't a simple robbery, it was a real-life crime thriller begging to be retold. Authors were drawn to the intricate details of the heist, the years of planning, and the mastermind pulling the strings. Documentaries offered in-depth explorations into the world of high-stakes diamond theft, delving into the security measures that were bypassed and the techniques employed by Notarbartolo's crew. Television, never one to shy away from a captivating true crime story, took it a step further, transforming the heist into a miniseries, dramatizing the planning, execution, and aftermath in a way that both entertained and educated viewers. Through these various mediums, Notarbartolo, once a thief operating in the shadows, was thrust into the spotlight. He became an unlikely anti-hero, a criminal whose meticulous planning and strategic brilliance earned him a place of notoriety in the annals of heist history. The Antwerp Diamond Heist cemented Notarbartolo's legacy as one of the most audacious and skilled diamond thieves in history. This dubious distinction ensured he would be remembered not just for his crimes, but for his remarkable ability to plan and execute them with such precision. The heist became a blueprint for future criminal operations, a cautionary tale for security specialists, and a source of fascination for the general public. Even today, the Antwerp Diamond Heist continues to capture imaginations, a testament to the allure of the criminal mastermind and the enduring appeal of a perfectly executed heist. Notarbartolo's criminal world wasn't confined to the dazzling displays of stolen diamonds. Italian authorities cast a suspicious eye on him, alleging connections to the shadowy Sicilian Mafia. This powerful criminal organization, steeped in violence and secrecy, loomed large over Notarbartolo's reputation. These suspected ties painted a more nuanced picture of the man, not just a skilled thief, but potentially a dangerous player affiliated with a ruthless organization. The extent of this connection remains shrouded in speculation, but the mere suggestion adds a chilling undercurrent to Notarbartolo's story. Was he a mastermind thief who dabbled in the fringes of the Mafia, or was there something more substantial to these allegations? The ambiguity surrounding this suspected link creates a lingering sense of unease, forever coloring our perception of Notarbartolo. This alleged affiliation with the Mafia not only complicates his legacy, but also strengthens his image as a cunning and potentially ruthless criminal mastermind. Notarbartolo's taste of freedom proved fleeting. In 2009, he was released on parole after serving a portion of his sentence for the Antwerp heist. However, his liberty was conditional, and 4 years later, he found himself back in custody. Parisian authorities apprehended Notarbartolo at an airport in 2013 for violating the terms of his parole. The specifics of the violation remain shrouded in secrecy, but it serves as a stark reminder of the difficulties ex-convicts face in reintegrating into society after years spent on the other side of the law. This misstep wasn't just a personal setback for Notarbartolo, it also cast a shadow over his attempts to potentially reform his life. Had he simply fallen back into old criminal habits? Or was the violation a minor misstep? The unanswered questions surrounding the parole violation leave a lingering sense of ambiguity about Notarbartolo's true intentions and cast doubt on his ability to lead a law-abiding life. Ultimately, this incident resulted in him serving the remainder of his original sentence, pushing his release date back to 2017. Whether Notarbartolo has truly turned over a new leaf since his final release in 2017 remains to be seen. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about Leonardo Notarbartolo, the mastermind behind the Antwerp Diamond Heist, leave a like and subscribe for more true crime content. In the comments below, let me know what other heist stories you'd like to hear about in the future.